Thank you, Madam President, men and women of the Senate. First, I would like to thank and acknowledge all the citizens from my district and around the state who have respectfully and passionately shared their opinions on this legislation with me. I would especially like to thank those who chose to share their life stories with me. I appreciate hearing from everyone, even when I express to them my fatigue during this very busy session. Along the way, I have not made anyone happy with my position because from the beginning I've been torn about this legislation. My position has always been that the government should stay out of the business of our religious institutions. And for that reason, this bill is not the path I would have liked to have taken. I recognize fully that government has stuck its nose in where I believe it does not belong. Regardless of the history of marriage, it is considered a religious institution today, and I think the debate should be undertaken by religious institutions about what marriage is and is not, evidenced by the many letters coming from the Catholics today.
The chair would remind the senator, no props.
Sorry. It's hard to ignore them when they're on my desk. I would have liked to have seen us right the ship and simply get out fully of the marriage debate by going to a contractual binding responsibility agreement for any people wishing to undertake duties of care and responsibility for each other and children. I would have preferred to have seen the state only provide a dry, legal package of responsibilities, benefits, and obligations. Unfortunately, government has muddied the waters, and we have gotten involved too often in what should be handled by religious institutions. So here we are. The legislation has conjured up all sorts of thoughts about marriage and discrimination. Also, emotions. I remember when the town of Orono passed a non-discrimination ordinance when I sat on the town council. It was to protect people who are gay against discrimination in housing and credit and so on. We passed that ordinance, and after that vote, I was taking my trash out, and yes, on occasion, even prior to my own divorce, I did put the trash out. And I went to pick up a piece of trash which had escaped, and I found a large gray roofing nail on my driveway. And I looked, and there was another, and another, and many large nails in my driveway. And my driveway goes around in a U, so I decided to go because I thought it very odd that I had about 30 nails in my driveway after this non-discrimination ordinance had been passed. So I went to the other side of my driveway, and sure enough, many, many large gray roofing nails had been put in my driveway. Yes, I know about discrimination. I remember when my former parents-in-law told me their own marriage story. They met on a train during World War II and fell in love. They married several days later. My former mother-in-law was thrown out of the house. She was Catholic, and my father-in-law was Jewish. That union was not illegal, but what if it had been? A 50-year marriage would never have occurred, potentially. I know discrimination. I remember growing up, I had a good friend. She was Greek, and she did not like gay people. I decided to take her home one day with me. I didn't tell her much about my family, but I wanted her to meet my family. And she did, and she fell in love with my family. One of my parents happens to be gay. A person who sent me an email they said, vote against LD 1020 to protect the family. What kind of family life could a child have if that child has a parent who is gay? Shouldn't a child have two parents, one of each sex, who love and take care of them? I can tell you if you have these questions, I can answer them for you. I am a person who is very blessed to grow up with two loving, caring parents. One happens to also be gay. I share my life story because it is an opportunity to first thank both my mother and father for the incredible and wonderful life they have given me. They have made my life incredibly rich. If I am to protect the family, then in the deepest sense, I must vote in favor of this bill. Thank you.